everyone, how are you? Welcome back. And as you can see, I have the brand new Light Elegance spring collection called CandyShop. So without any further interruptions, let's get started on my comparison video. Actually start out with Totally Taffy. Ooh. Okay. That's really creamy. It's a really nice yellow, and it's brighter than I thought it would be. So I've seen pictures of I've seen pictures of the CandyShop collection, but I haven't actually seen it in person. And this is a brighter, like pastel yellow than I thought it would be. So as usual, let's start with down here and then let's go around. So down here I have bare canvas. I have these three are all of the paints. So there's pastel yellow, neon yellow, and primary yellow. Then we have Hear Me Roar, Yellow Jacket, and Sun Kissed. So as usual, let's pull out the ones that don't go. Let's take out neon yellow paint, primary yellow paint. Let's take out Hear Me Roar and Sun Kissed. Now that really only leaves us with pastel yellow paint, Sun Kissed, and bare canvas. I'm going to take out bare canvas because I don't know if you can tell on camera, but in person, bare canvas doesn't go. But just in case anyone wanted to see it, I decided to pull it out. So the new color, Totally Taffy, is definitely lighter than Sun Kissed, but pastel yellow is actually a little bit brighter. Almost like this is more of like a neon pastel, and this is more of like your pastel yellow. So I hope that helps. Next, let's go in with Bonbon. Okay, this pink looks like it has a little bit of like a blue base to it. So not really like your traditional like light pink. And if anyone has been around with Light Elegance for a hot minute, you know that Light Elegance loves their pinks. And there are a lot of pinks that I am going to be pulling out for comparison in this video. But, I mean, it could be just my lighting, but this does look like it has a tiny bit of a blue base to it. Here are all of the pinks that I pulled out for comparison with Bonbon. So from left to right, we have All Pose for Leo, Searching for Seashells, and Take It Easel. As you can tell, none of these compare in any way, shape, or form. All Pose for Leo is more of a rosy toned color versus Searching for Seashells and Take It Easel. To me, like these two are more of like your ballerina, like slipper color. This is every kind of like pink I pulled out to compare. There are a couple maybe like light orange colors, like peach colors. I just kind of literally pulled out everything that was light in comparison or light that I can think of. And I know some things I pulled out that were a lot darker. So from left to right, let's start off. This is Pastel Pink Paint, Flamingo Buttercream, Sweet Cream Buttercream, The Cat's Meow, Big Hair Don't Care, Something Borrowed, Chaps and Spurs, and Pink Tutu. Then these two from top to bottom is Butterflies and Going Organic. I am going to say out of all of these colors, the only one that is the closest to compare is this right here. This is Chaps and Spurs. So you have Chaps and Spurs and you have Bonbon. These, I know it doesn't like show, but this is probably the closest I have. This is going to be slightly darker. And as I keep saying, this has more of like a blue undertone versus Chaps and Spurs. But nothing else I did pull out actually does compare to Bonbon. Next, let's go with Lollipop. This is a nice color. These are the colors that I like for spring. Like a really nice, like bright obnoxious color for spring. If anyone knows me, I know like I like my cool colors, but if I wear anything like pink in the warm family, I like it on the bright side, like almost neon. And this is a bright color, and I love this. I have pulled out every single pink that between my color gels and the buttercreams that Light Elegance has made that I have in my collection. So I'm going to start off with the color gels because there's only 3 colors for me to compare to, and then we'll get to the buttercreams. So from left to right, we have Miss Independent, Pinking Happy Thoughts, and we have Heart-Shaped Box. This is in the same family. Miss Independent is pulling a little bit more of like your coral pink. And I would say this Lollipop is it's definitely lighter than Pinking Happy Thoughts and Heart-Shaped Box, but it's in that same like color family, if that makes any sense. Have Neon Pink Paint, Beautiful and Bold, Short Skirt Flirt Flirt, Man Overboard, Little Philly, Playful Pink, What's Happening Captain, Boss Lady, and Backseat Necking. And I will say none of these compare. And yeah, between the color gels and the buttercreams, nothing really compares. The only thing that I had close enough that was in the same color family, that was a little bit darker, I'm going to say probably Pinking Happy Thoughts, which this is a tiny bit on like the neon side. Like this is the neon pink paint compared to Pinking Happy Thoughts, but this is the only color I can think of that might possibly compare to Lollipop. Next, let's go in a different direction and let's go with Candy Jar. That's a really pretty blue. So far these colors are, I will say, they're surprising me a little with the color gels, because if anyone knows, I'm not really a big like spring collection person in general, like spring collection nail tech in general, when my favorite collections are the summer and the fall collection are always my 2 favorite collections that come out with any nail company. And usually the spring collection is not really my favorite because there's a lot of pastel colors. But so far, these pastel colors are a little bit more on the brighter side from what we've seen with Light Elegance. And so far I'm liking it. We have You Grow Girl, Ocean Avenue, Head in the Clouds, Pastel Blue Paint, Night Owl, and Sisterhood. You Grow Girl and Sisterhood don't compare, but I'm going to pull out Sisterhood and Night Owl because these are definitely darker. And I'm actually going to pull out Ocean Avenue because that is too light. I'm going to keep in You Grow Girl, and I'm going to pull out Head in the Clouds. So what I have left, this is Candy Bar, You Grow Girl, and Pastel Blue Paint. So Candy Bar is a little bit lighter than the Pastel Blue Paint, but I will say, even though You Grow Girl is a shimmer, this still is almost in the same color family as for blues. So if your client wanted to use You Grow Girl, you can definitely put something like Candy Bar underneath, and that'll just make this color like pop. That'll make both of these colors like just pop that much more. So that is all I have for my blues. Next, let's go with Minty Fresh. Oh, this is a nice mint green. This mint green reminds me of mint chocolate chip ice cream. That's what this color reminds me of. Mint chocolate chip ice cream, just a little bit more on like the pastel side. Left to right, we have Grade A Buttercream, Morning Swim, and Under the Shade Tree. Now, Grade A Buttercream and Under the Shade Tree don't go. They are either too dark or too light. Now, let's look at, this is Morning Swim, and this is Minty Fresh. These are, I want to say, basically almost identical. So if you have Morning Swim and you were like running out because you can't find a duplicate, look no further, because Minty Fresh is that duplicate. It is literally like almost exactly the same color. Last color in the color gel collection is Jelly Bean. Oh, oh, this is, okay, I've seen other videos from nail techs on YouTube about this collection, and I will say I kind of have to agree with Carrie. She's a Canadian nail tech. I'm going to pop her name on the screen. And I kind of have to agree with her. Like, is this a shimmer? Is this a glitter? Like, to me, this almost borderlines more of a more of a glitter than a shimmer. So I don't want to sound mean with Light Elegance, but this label for Jelly Bean and what is actually in the pot are two different things. And I wish they got the label to look a little bit more like what is going on in the pot. So between the color gels and the glitter gels with Jelly Bean, I honestly don't have anything to compare. I have one buttercream, and it's called With This Ring. And I know it's not going to compare in color, but I kind of wanted to show because I think it compares with what, like, I think we've seen something similar to this, just in a different color. This is With This Ring, and this is Jelly Bean. So to me, this is, Jelly Bean is a different color than, I mean, clearly they're two different colors, but to me, like, these shimmers are almost in the same family, meaning you don't know if it's a shimmer or you don't know if it's a glitter. And With This Ring was kind of one of those colors, like, we just didn't know what it was when it came out. Like, is it a shimmer? Is it a glitter? And the same thing with Jelly Bean, but literally, like, this is the only thing I can pull out, and I know it's not the same color, but this is the only thing I can pull out. So now, after all that wait, let's go in with the glitter gel collection. Let's start with Bubblegum Baby. Okay. Alright, so this almost looks like a pink jelly glitter gel, but with like iridescent or hollow glitter pieces to it. It's definitely like an extra fine or fine like glitter. There's no chunky glitters. I want to say this is more on the jelly side, meaning it's going to be, you would have to build this color up to get it full coverage, or you can put a corresponding color or buttercream underneath to kind of help make this pink pop. So from left to right, we have Wanna Watercolor, Gumdrop, My Masterpiece, Grace Kelly, Sweetheart, Twirly Whirly, and Hot Pink. Now I will say, all of these are really chunky, so let's take those out of the way. And Hot Pink is too bright. This one is Wanna Watercolor, and this one is Twirly Whirly. I will say this one, I do think Twirly Whirly is the closest in color we have to Bubblegum Baby. So everything else that I have in the pink family that is in like this like light of a color, like I pulled out with these, Twirly Whirly is the closest, and all of these are either too big, too light, or too bright. Next, let's go with Take Two. They're small. Ooh. I think I have an orange to compare to it. So I'm talking like that. So I see they're kind of going with a jelly themed to like a jelly bean jelly themed kind of glitter. Like, haha, I know this is called the CandyShop collection, but so far with the 2 glitter gels, these are almost like your, as I was saying, it like jelly bean or jelly type glitter gels. So let me see what I have. So these are all of the oranges I pulled out. One is leaning a little bit more copper, which is Sandy Bottoms. This is leaning more towards an orange copper. And this is Sleepy Time, which is a pastel. Then we have Tipsy Two-Step, Hot Dodger. And then we have an oldie. And this is in the UV formula. And this is Confetti Glitter Gel. So I'm going to take out Sleepy Time. Let's also take out Sandy Bottoms. That is 2 copper. We have Tipsy Two-Step. I'm going to take that out because this is more of a pastel. And this is not pastel where this is pastel. Let's take out Tipsy Two-Step. And what's left is, then we have Confetti and Hot Dodger. I'm going to take out Confetti because as we can see, Confetti is too dark. This is what Confetti looks like on the lid, where you can see it's that jelly color and it's more of an orange jelly, but it has actual like other pieces of blue and like a purple, which is not helping this comparison. I just want to pull that out. So we are left with Hot Dodger compared to Take Two. They're small. So I will say this is the closest in color I have for comparison. The only difference is Hot Dodger is a chunky, like orange iridescent. So you can see like on the inside of the lid, if you put it over a darker color, the flecks of glitter are gonna show completely different. Next, let's go with Pixie Purple. Ooh. Ooh. I do like this one, and I will tell you why in a second. Now seeing this in person, I know exactly why I love this color. And wait till I get the comparisons out. So this is a chunky iridescent. If you've ever seen like a lilac color where it's in that purple family, this is what this color reminds me of. Pixie Purple glitter gel and Jelly Bean color gel. So they are actually really similar in color to each other. And in my opinion, after swatching, and I'm going to actually save the review for the end, but these are really similar in color. So if anyone wanted to see these two together, that's what this is. So from left to right, we have Can't Wait to Cuddle, Shave Ice, Twinkle Toes, and one of my favorite iridescent glitters, which this is Fairy Good. And I do know none of these compare, but I just wanted to show you with these three the range of purples like Elegance has. I do have other purple glitter gels, but they're going to be way too dark in comparison to Pixie Purple. But what I really wanted to pull out was Fairy Good. And if you see when I pull this up close, you'll see why. So this is Fairy Good. And as you can see on the side, it has really big chunky flakes to it, right? But if you look at the iridescent colors to it, they're almost the same iridescent flakes that's in Pixie Purple. So to me, Pixie Purple is just a purple version of Fairy Good. So if you have Fairy Good and you were like me, like this is one of your favorite iridescent colors to use, then you might just want to add Pixie Purple like right in that lineup. Next, we have Yummy Gummy. Ooh, that's a nice blue. It's like a baby blue, or a little bit brighter than like a baby blue, like blue. But once again, it still has that like jelly color to it, where it can go a little bit sheer. So let me show you on the lid. So see how nice and like sheer the blue is versus in the pot it's like really bright, like a bright baby blue. So you could, what's nice with these glitter gels so far that I'm seeing is that you can either apply them really nice and thin, that on how it looks like on the foil, or you could pile them up and you can have a really nice thick coat so it looks like this. I only have 2 blues to pull out. So we have Yummy Gummy, Snow Cone, and Once Upon a Tide. And I will say Yummy Gummy, like these two have more of that like, these two are more of like your ocean blue, like mermaid blue colors, where this is more, as I said, this is more of that like pastel, like bright pastel baby blue. So none of these colors go, but I will say, because I'm just going to pull this out and show you. So the Once Upon a Tide, so these chunky glitters that are in Once Upon a Tide are the same size chunky glitters that's in Pixie Purple, and the same size chunky glitters that's in Fairy Good. Just putting that out there. Let's go with Sinfully Sweet. This lid is not doing this justice, okay? So this is Sinfully Sweet, and this is the lid. This is showing like a nice minty, iridescent, chunky, medium, like a medium chunky glitter. And I know I don't have anything to compare. So this is what I have to pull out. So from left to right, we have Creative Chaos, Just a Few More Sleeps, Crystal, and Appletini. Now, I do have a good chunk of, or a good amount of green glitter gel. So, which is why I didn't pull out more, because this is definitely too green compared to Sinfully Sweet. So let's take that out. Okay. So now we have, this is A Few More Sleeps. And I know A Few More Sleeps doesn't match, but the reason why I'm pulling out Just a Few More Sleeps is because now this Sinfully Sweet looks more like, the base looks more like it's like a green teal color, if that makes any sense. That's why I pulled out Just a Few More Sleeps. Then as for iridescent glitters, we have Crystal and Appletini. I'm going to pull away Crystal because Crystal is a little bit more on the blue side. What's left is a really good like favorite, and this is Appletini. So if you have Appletini, like, and this is just in like your must-have glitter gels for like Elegance, it's, I will say, maybe like the base. I'm talking about how there's like that minty, like green, like teal color to Sinfully Sweet. That's what I'm kind of getting with Appletini, if that makes any sort of sense. And the last glitter gel we have out of all the comparisons for the spring collection is Sugar Drop. So let's see. Yes. Okay, this yellow. This is brighter than I thought this yellow was. I do have some yellow glitter gels, and I'm going to pull them out. But this yellow is brighter. I want to say this yellow is almost reminds me of like a canary yellow, like, if that makes any sense. So as for yellow glitter gels from left to right, we have Beachy, there's Sugar Drop, Synchronized Sparkle, and Bad Banana. Beachy is too light. This is definitely a lighter pastel yellow than Sugar Drop. Synchronized Sparkle, this is one of like the first glitter gels I've ever purchased from Elegance, and this is definitely like your pastel yellow, where Sugar Drop is almost bordering that neon yellow. So this is Bad Banana, and this is definitely a neon yellow. So I will say, compared to like all of these compare, Sugar Drop is almost borderline like a pastel neon yellow. Let's start off with the glitters. I will say the glitter gels I actually really do like. When I was opening these jars up for the first time, you heard me say that these glitter gels are more of a jelly type of glitter, so they're still see-through, but they're not clear. They have that tint to them. So you can see like on the inside of the pot, this has a pink tint to it. So it's a clear like pink base with all of that glitter in it, which I actually really do like. And glitters like this, you can actually use them almost all year round. Definitely you can use these glitter gels in the summer as well as using them in the spring. You could use, say, something like Take Two, they're small. You can use this color right here. This would be perfect for a fall or Halloween set. I will say, if I had to pick a favorite, it's gonna be two. It'll probably be Sinfully Sweet and Pixie Purple. Those are probably gonna be my two favorite colors out of this whole collection. I have to play around with them a little bit more. Now let's get on to the color gels. I say that I do find Jelly Bean more on the glitter side and not so much a shimmer. Like, to me, this is just throwing me off. Is it a pink? Is it a purple? To me, this pulls more lilac than it does purple, but I do like the fact that it's, as you can see on the swatch stick, it's really sheer, but it has that iridescent color to it. So this is a color gel that is gonna look different over every color. So I'm gonna say this, and you saw my comparison video, Light Elegance makes a lot of pastel pinks, and you saw how many I pulled out. I definitely pulled out all of the pinks that I have in my drawer, and I will say, in my opinion, I would have preferred one of these colors here versus both of these. That's just me, that's just my opinion. Otherwise, as a whole, I like the colors. They're, as I keep saying, they're on the brighter side. Did you like the review and comparison video? Did this help you out with choosing what you would or would not buy? Let me know in the comments what you think. Are you gonna buy these collections? Are you gonna buy them individually? Are you gonna pick and choose what colors you want? Let me know your honest opinion in the comment section below, and I will talk to you later, and have a nice night.